Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a GWE100, the Tier 10 German SPG. It's located on the southwest bourne of Highway, and it's under the command of BassmanFromHell. Yes, he's riding again, not in a light tank this time, in an RT. Yes, where he started off. So let's see how he gets on with the 21 centimeter. 21 centimeter in caliber, although it was indicated they were going to put even bigger ones in this Arty, such as a Skoda Arty, a mortar at 30.5 centimeters, would have been fin stabilized and would have had a very high trajectory. This, of course, is based on the E100 heavy tank, which was nearly completed. And it actually does have fairly decent armor. Okay, he's ready to go, and the first target shows up, and he's actually going for the bush. And there's somebody in residence because they just knocked the tree down, and the shell fell well short of target. Now it's capable of doing 900 alpha, 53 millimeters of pen, 11.4 meters on the burst radius, between 12.5 and 31 seconds of stun. I think we just saw that there was an enemy tank just down in the railway line, and we're now seeing a bobject up there as well. Oh, and he took a massive hit from somebody. You can see the EPR's doing a very good spotting job. Oh, that was a direct hit. 362. It fell a little short, but it had a good effect. Well, a DBV152 is trying to get into the bush as well. The standard reload by the book is 37.39 seconds, and Bassman's got 33.33. This time round, he gets a direct hit for 895. That's a low roll penetration. Oh, he went down. He got wiped out, which means, and it was a kill by Bassman, which means he must have got a fire, and the guy was set light too. Yeah, very well done that. So he's picked up 1,713 now. Okay, Wizzy 111 Model 5A. Tier 10 game with only Tier 10s in it. He gets a direct hit on the Wizzy. He's moving about quite a bit because, of course, there is enemy RT. They've got a batch up 155-58 and a T92 HMC. This RT actually has more DPM than a T92, even though it has a smaller caliber shell by 3 centimeters. An E100 has turned up there on the corner. Looks like he's aiming. Rounds out. Direct hit again. 336 this time. Well, it's rather strange because the team haven't really distributed themselves across the battlefield at the moment. What they're doing is they're sniping at each other from a distance, with the EBR doing a good job spotting. Rounds out. Just missed him. Still 118 from the splash on that one. Okay, we've got 2 guys in the town there, and, well, we did have 2 guys in the town. Now we've only got 1 because the Viz 55, and he's gone down as well. Oh dear, not good. Rounds out. That was a direct hit on the Badger. Now it may interest some of you if you ever watched Honest Gaming streams. Steve Walsh is actually playing the GWE100 at the start of every stream. He actually likes to start off the streams with an Arty because it kind of gets him into the swing of things. And he's doing it on the GWE900 at the moment, mainly because he hasn't aced this Arty yet. Now, we saw somebody destroy the scenery just next door to the house. So he's looking in this general direction. If somebody pushes that wreck, he'll know that somebody's there. We're looking at the fences elsewhere. There's some of the enemy. The Badger and the E900. He fires in at the E900. Now, you actually get 30 rounds of ammunition in the GWE900. Some of the other Artys with 21 centimeters, you don't get as many. As somebody was saying the other day, the reason why they choose the number of shells is mostly down to the fact that that's the amount of shells that they believe could actually be fitted onto that Arty. So if it's a big Arty or a big tank that was actually being used as the donor, then obviously they would expect a large number of shells. And he just fired almost like a blind shot in, but he did get 30 splash off the E900. In actual fact, a lot of these Artys would actually have a huge number of support trucks working with them. And the crew would mostly be on the support trucks rather than actually on the Arty itself. I believe when they did capture the GW Tiger, which of course was a completed, well, partially completed design at the Senelaga Proving Grounds. I think it was the Americans who actually captured it. And they actually put some men inside to actually see what it looked like. And they could, there was plenty of room. Obviously, they didn't have the artillery piece in there. The 17 centimeter and the 21 centimeter on the ground nearby, but they hadn't actually been fitted in to the SPG yet. We can see that the enemy Artys are now trying to counter battery. Okay. Fires the round. Oh, I just saw a tracer. Now I'm wondering if that was a tracer or somebody else firing there. A Blyskowitz has been found. Oh, and he is there. Yep. The EBR's just found him. There's that 277 backing away. They're going to try and use their gun depression over the railway line to keep our guys at bay. But this is where Bassman can have an effect. Rounds out. He did get some stun assist off the 277. Now, we seem to be 2 down on the enemy at the moment. They've got a lot of their forces in the town, which might work out against them in the end. We've got a Guerrilla 15 who's halfway down the hill. Well, it's at the base of the hill near the river. Oh, he got the kill on the E900. Direct hit. I'm wondering if that Guerrilla's in the right place, because we just lost our Guerrilla 15, the other one. And the Guerrilla, yes, he is moving. He's trying to get out of there quick. And I think we need to do the same.
Retreat.
We're trying to say to the 261, you need to reposition yourself to keep firing. Meanwhile, our guys are actually doing quite well up the other end near the enemy cap area. Sometimes you just have to follow your teammates into the enemy camp area and try and help them, even if it means that there's nobody going to be around to spot the enemy as they turn up at our cap. The EBR is coming back, and he does have a large amount of hit points, I should say. Bassman is relocating to get to a better place to shoot from. Now, he might be better off just over this hill, because he won't be seen by the enemy at distance. Okay, there's their guy coming up the town. That was the 261. This is going to be a kill shot. Rounds out. Yep. Lovely. He knew the moment the 261s hit that guy, he knew that he was a goner. And now we're only one tank down on the enemy, but they can't come out of the town. In fact, I think they're trying to make their mind up which direction they're going to go. There's the Bobject. He's the only one we can see in the town. But all of our attack forces that went to the enemy cap, they've all been either wiped out or they've come back. I had the feeling that they came back because they could see that our cap wasn't defended. He dials in very quickly. It's a 6-degree arc either side. He's fired and then looks to one side. The shell falls short. Well, the EBR is certainly using his speed because he's gone back the other end. And he's now looking into the cap area. Just spotted the 907 retreating. And we just saw the tracer for one of the enemy Arties. So we know one of them is right down in the riverbed at the basin there. In the corner. Meanwhile, we're trying to see that Blyskavitska. See there? Well, the EBR had a look and couldn't find him. It's turned into a standoff. Oh, we've just found out where they are. Cranvarn was by the bridge and the 907 just a little further back. Okay, now, what's the 907 going to do? They're being teased by that EBR. Oh, and he's found them again. Okay, hit the 907. Rounds out. Looks good. Went long. I say the EBR has lost a lot of health. Which is not good. He's a one-shot for any of the enemy tanks at the moment. We're running out of time. That shot there from the 261 just hit the Rex. And there's their Bobject. He's marked it to say to the EBR, that's what we're going for. Rounds out, looks good. Direct hit, wipes him out, 447. Overwhelmed him on that one. 3.4k of damage already. Well, there's still 6 on either team, but we are running out of time. This could actually end up being a draw. Well, we just lost one there. Our EBR finally did get nailed. The 907 was the one who got him. We fired the round in, and it went where the 907 was, but not where he is. Into the last 2 minutes. Say the 261 was rather brave, staying behind at the cap area, but then he is an Arty made from a heavy tank, the IS-7. He's reasonably fast, not quite fast enough to beat a heavy tank shell though. It's beginning to look more and more like a draw. And we're into the last minute. And they've lost their Foch B. Oh no, we lost our Foch B. And it was the 907 that did it again. But I don't think we need to worry. This is definitely going to be a draw now. Very unlikely the enemy's going to win. Oh, that was a direct hit. Only 91 hit points. but it certainly made him think twice. He was charging towards the bridge as fast as he possibly could, and the shell hits him midway, and he got wiped out by the gorilla. Unfortunately, our gorilla just got wiped out by their batch at 155.58, but with only 8 seconds left on the clock, I think it's gonna be a draw. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was it wasn't a master. We've got no mastery at all, but that was a fighter badge to the Bassman from Hell in the GWE100. He managed to get 4 kills in that game. He also managed to get an Aslains. Yes, he did set light to one of the enemy tanks, and it did burn up. That was the DBV-152. The shell hit him. He got a nice amount of hit points, but then he burned up afterwards, and I think we can see that it did penetrate that one. 1,351 hit points of damage. So initial hit, which went through, set fire to the engine, and then burned him up. So very good shot, that one. The other one he managed to get was a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed to get 15. And that was it. And a win rate of 4,447, which is super unicum, but no mastery at all, which is surprising. But he did actually get some assistance damage in that game. Let's have a look at team score. Well, surprisingly, he got the highest damage on his team as well. 3,823 hit points, but no mastery. The highest damage in the game actually went to the Badger, who got 4,052 hit points. So, yes, Bassman was actually second on damage overall, with the third highest damage going to the Foch B on his team with 3,640. When it came to kills, it was Bassman again. 4 kills to him, 2 kills to the Foch B, the Gorilla 15 on his team, and on the enemy team, the Object 430U, the 907, and the Bobject all got 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, we can see that the top scorer is the EPR 105, down to the fact that he did patrol duty for all the spotting he was doing. So he got 673. Then we've got Bassman with then we've got the 907 who was spotting for the enemy team. He got 611. And then it's Bassman in third place with 565. He fired 19 rounds in that game. So basically, the moment he had a shell in the breach, out it went. 9 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, the DVV, 17 splashes, 3,823 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 4, and he got 1,675 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. But that wasn't enough to give him mastery. On a premium count, he actually made a loss of 3,695 credits. And, well, that was because he had to pay for consumables in full. And he also got 5 bonds for this being tier 10 and 847 experience points out of the game as well. But he did get 2,000 free XP out of it. So that at least that's useful. So there you go. Quite unusual that he did say this was late night shenanigans, that he was probably playing, yes, very, very late at night. And, well, yes, we can see it was just coming up to midnight. And, well, sad that no mastery, because you would have thought you would have got something for that amount of damage and that amount of assistance. But no. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. And thank you for watching.